Hi everyone, my name is Kiera McCoy. I am a second year doc student in the higher education program here at Florida State University. My assistantship is with Transfer Student Services. I serve as a TA for the SLS 3140 class, or Academic Success Strategies for Transfer Students. And I originally attended FSU for undergrad. Happy to be back.
My name is Heather Epstein Diaz, and so my undergraduate institution is the Florida State University, and my position, I'm currently an analyst in the Office of Institutional Research, and so I handle a good chunk of our reporting, data visualizations, as well as just any kinds of data needs for the university. And then I am a third year in the higher education program. My specialization is in the policy track.
My name is Rod Kelly. I'm an alumnus of Furman University, having received my bachelor's degree from the institution in Greenville, South Carolina. I then pursued my master's in the higher ed program here at Florida State University in 2010, having achieved that in 2010, and am presently pursuing my Ph.D. in the higher ed program as well here at Florida State.
So for me, I was really struck by the dedication of faculties, our faculty, to student success. I feel like every faculty bio kind of hit on a portion of student success. So I do want to graduate as a possible future expert, right? Because that's what we're getting our PhDs for. And I really wanted to be trained by some folks that are really leading the charge on student success in our field. And so far, I can say that my assumptions before I entered the program have been validated.
Initially, when I was a master's student, I took time off to be able to kind of explore what this field of higher ed was like, to actually have a full-time role prior to my pursuit of a degree. And an important element of me choosing to become connected to the higher ed program was actually the strength of the LifeNet. I had individuals who worked at Furman University who were LifeNet members here at Florida State, and talked to me about how amazing their experiences were coming up through the higher ed program. And so that was an initial draw at the master's level. What brought me back to the program at the doctoral level were the relationships I built with faculty. And being a supervisor at Florida State University and having graduate assistants who were master's students who came through my office, who continued to gain their education through the higher ed program, I maintained some very strong relationships with faculty, and wanted the opportunity to be able to reconnect on an academic level, on a scholarly level, with those individuals, and to be able to pursue this next stage of my life.
I actually was unsure about where I would go for a PhD program. I was working full-time at the University of Miami and considering other schools, and it was really Viz Days that sold me. It was a great opportunity for me to learn more about the program, to meet the faculty, and also really meet my cohort who have become my family, especially now. We rely on each other, and even then we exchanged numbers, and we were encouraging each other to, come, because we knew that we would be safe and okay with each other as long as we entered the program together.
Well, the experience, I would easily argue, is going to be different for every person, especially for me, having worked full-time and then pursuing an experience as a full-time student. I see, I don't want to call it a different world, as if life is so drastically different from one side to the next, but it's definitely the way in which you engage with curriculum, the balance of time in regards to the assistantship, and what you're doing in the classroom, and anything else that may be enhancing your experience is going to be incredibly unique to what interests are important to you. yet of course, there is some consistency in regards to your week to week. It's going to involve making sure you're of course in class, that you are prepared for class, that you're able to make sure you have time to process what that information is and plan ahead to take advantage of opportunities outside of the classroom that may be related to your research interest in particular. For me, I mean, in so many ways, that sums up actually my week every week on a regular basis in regards to my every day is very intentional as it relates to how it either directly reflects the educational experience I'm pursuing or enhances that experience, especially as it relates to the foundation of how can I best serve our students.
Our professors are very approachable. They're very down to earth, like human. They're people, right? But they're definitely not afraid to challenge you. So if you take a stand, or if you gain some type of interpretation from the readings, they will say like, okay, let's take that a step farther, or where did you get that conclusion from? So it's definitely like intellectually challenging, because again, like our faculty are really very highly involved, like in the field. So I guess philosophically, what's it like? It's challenging, but it's definitely a welcoming and supportive kind of environment. I also want to say that there are a lot of opportunities for folks to get involved particularly in research, either conducting research or actually just like showcasing your research. So there are lots of opportunities to get involved and engage in research, specifically like to your field as well. Whether you're interested in the actual like qualitative side of student success or the quantitative side, like wherever your interests lie, you will be able to, I think, find like an intellectual home here.
Being a doc student is probably the most selfish thing that you'll ever do, but it is also the most rewarding. It has been a great experience to be able to learn, make mistakes, but also be able to learn in the classroom, apply that in your assistantship, and learn things about research, how to apply it in theory, and also how to apply it in a practical sense. My one piece of advice would be to trust the process and know that if you have already done an undergraduate program, you've also completed a master's degree, you have what it takes to be here and you will succeed. Relying on your cohort definitely helps, and also reaching out to faculty members also helps you along the process as well. But know you have what it takes to complete this program and to change the world.
You cannot compare like your journey with the journeys of others. Everyone is different, and in this time of life, whether you're in the master's degree program or whether you're at the PhD level, like life happens, so you cannot compare like your experience, your journey to others. It's really important to lift each other up and support like all the wins, all the successes. We have like different like student groups, like HISA and everything, and also like informal student groups as well, where it's basically like, hey, such and such presented at this they got accepted to present at this conference, and everyone's just like throwing hearts, like yeah. So definitely like lean on each other. I know I do with my cohort mates, and I guess also like be patient with yourself, like extend yourself as much grace as possible to yourself, but like also to your professors.
One of the major pieces of advice I would give for any new student in a doctoral program, especially with the way we have it structured here at Florida State, is you are not alone. The cohort model in many ways has not only been a saving grace, but it actually helps to build a foundation of understanding that there are others who are having a similar experience as you, but they may not necessarily be tackling it from the same direction as you may be. But these individuals are folks who have thoughts and feelings about some of the same experiences that you're having, and are are more than welcome to help process through those moments with you, and to be supportive of you. These are individuals who are not here in the pursuit of just claiming to be number one and looking to tear others down, but rather we are all committed to, again, to this higher calling, if you will, to pursue a doctorate in higher ed, because we are looking to serve a community that's much more than just us.